Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Welcome back for another video. Yes, we post daily videos now, every single day at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in for a new video. You guys have been showing so much support on this channel lately that I'm going to put back the effort into this channel and bring you guys daily content. I'm going to put 100% of my focus into this channel. So, with that in mind, make sure to smash that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new. This channel is just absolutely incredible. You guys are blowing my mind with all the support. So if it keeps going this way, then I'm going to keep giving you guys content and creating amazing content for you guys to enjoy. So it's a win-win situation. Plus, I love making videos. I love interacting with you guys, hearing your input, insight, and everything, with that matter as well. So, anyways, we are going to be talking about bullion versus numismatics. Which should you buy? This topic is one of the first things that I had trouble with understanding as a silver stacker. This was the one thing that I did not wrap my head around. I understood what spot price meant, but the whole numismatics thing really confused me. I couldn't differentiate what coins were numismatic and what coins were bullion coins, and that's scary because when you're purchasing silver, especially as a beginner, you can lose a lot of money and you can get in a lot of sticky situations if you're not paying attention to which coins perform at what rate. So today I'm going to be talking about bullion versus numismatics. Hopefully by the end of this video, you can kind of get a better idea on the direction you want to go, or also I'm going to be giving some tips on how to stack both because diversification is always key. So talking about diversification, diversifying your stack is important, but there's definitely a safer, smarter way to accumulate certain types of silver, especially when starting out. Bullion is buying silver specifically for the metal content with no premium or collector value on top of the coin. So when you're buying bullion, you're just buying it for the metal content. You're just buying silver for silver. You just want to accumulate as much silver as you can, build a core stack, a nice foundation of as much silver as possible. Try to set a goal, maybe 100 ounces a year or 100 ounces, X amount of months or whatever. And you want to get as much as possible. So with that said, you want to buy your bullion for as cheap as possible because it's usually only worth as much as spot price. So your bullion moves specifically with spot price. And since it is stuck to spot price, you need to make sure you're getting it for as cheap as possible because if spot price rises, and let's say you were buying silver for $15 and spot price goes up to $17, that means you're already $2, or you'd be making $2. But if it goes the opposite, if you've been paying $20, for your 1 ounce coins and it goes down to $15, then you've lost $5 per ounce, and that can add up, especially if we're accumulating lots of ounces. So with bullion, since it does appreciate a lot slower, you want to try to get it for as cheap as possible, lowering your dollar per cost average. Um, Numismatics and even semi-numismatics have a much different market. By the way, semi-numismatics I'm going to explain a little bit later in the video. But right now it is a much different market. Less of the value is attached to spot price. Numismatics appreciate at individual levels depending on how rare the coin is, mintage numbers, key dates, condition, and grade, even if the coin has an error or mistake. So numismatics and semi-numismatics have a different market. So how I was mentioning bullion is attached to just the metal content. Numismatics have a collector value on top of spot price. So even if spot price stays around $15, some of your numismatic coins will still be appreciating $10, $20, $30 over the next couple of years. So there is a little safety net with your stack if you do buy numismatics, where even if silver is going to stay in a bear market, your stack can still be appreciating in value with these coins. But on the other end, you can also lose a lot of money as well, which I'll talk about. So just make sure that you understand what you're doing. Numismatics are obviously much more expensive, so it's a lot riskier and you won't get as much silver, but your stack can be more profitable. It's a lot riskier to be buying numismatics, especially if you do not know which coins will perform at what rate and which coins to buy, which coins are good prices at what, because there is no set price for numismatics. There is no spot price to grade, what a 1887, whatever the case is. So with that, you have to really know your stuff, and that's where research and educating yourself really comes into play. You also won't be getting as much silver, so maybe instead of getting 100 ounces of silver, you'll only be able to get 20 ounces of silver, but those 20 ounces will be worth just as much as the 100 ounces of bullion. So it's really a pros and cons thing. But as a beginner, I definitely recommend just stacking as much silver as you can going the bullion route. Bullion is also extremely easy to sell, and it's much more liquid. It's also, you don't need to pay attention to the condition as much as numismatics. With bullion, you can throw it around, let them get dinged up. Numismatic coins, though, if your coin loses that grade, then you are SOL, and you will have to sell that coin for probably around spot price. So you need to definitely be buying coin capsules, get the tarnish strips, whether this is silica gel packs, dehumidifiers, because if your coin does get anything, you have to wear gloves with all your coins. You cannot touch them with your bare hands. It's a lot more stressful. Um, it's really risky. I don't want anyone to go down that route and end up losing lots of money. So this is really where you have to, it's up to you on an individual level, because yes, your numismatic coins may make you quicker money, but it's also a lot riskier. And if that coin does get milk spots, even have a hard time finding, and this is another thing. With bullion, you can go to your local coin shop and easily just, sell your coins, sell all your silver, even online, sell it, get the money right then. With numismatic coins, you have to find a specific buyer, and you have to barter on a certain price, because, like I said, there is no spot price for some of these coins. Bullion sells at spot price. There's a measured price of saying how much value that coin has. With numismatics, it's really up to how much the buyer is willing to give you. You could say a coin is worth $40 all day, but if they're not going to give you $40 for that coin really isn't worth that much. It may be in your eyes, but if no one's going to buy it from you, is it really worth that much? And that's something you really have to think about. And you have to also find a specific buyer, which takes time as well. So if you have these coins for emergency situations or anything like that where you need money instantly, which you shouldn't be buying silver in that case anyways, then you're going to have a very hard time. Um, so now we're going into semi-numismatics. This is a weird market because semi-numismatics have the benefits of both the previous categories. Semi-numismatics are a bullion coin, and they also do have numismatic benefits as well. So they're a little bit in between, like your pandas, your kookaburras, your Rwandas, stuff, coins like that. They do attach to spot price, but over the years they seem to also appreciate at rates higher than spot price because they do have some type of collector value. The design changes every year, which makes people want to collect them. They're from amazing mints. They also have very low mintage numbers compared to coins like American Eagles and Maple Leafs. Kookaburras usually have around 3 to 500,000 minted a year. Pandas are usually around 8 million. Not saying that all those orders get filled every year, but compared to American Eagles, where there's millions and millions and millions, it does make them more rare. So there's not as many. The market's less saturated, but also people like trying to hunt down every year, especially some of the older ones, like the 2012s, 2013s, even the 1990s. I've gotten my hand on a 1992, which is my birth year, which is really cool. People want to collect every single year, so after several years they can stack out and line up every year, and it's almost like a hunt to see if you can get good prices for especially the older years. But you have to be careful with that. Definitely, if you're gonna try to buy coins like this, the best way to do that is buying the current year, because if not, you'll be paying for the already appreciated coin. Like, let's say I wanted to start buying pandas. I would start right now. If I was starting right now, I would start at 2019 or the 2020 pandas. Why? Well, because if I tried to start at 2010, then I'd be paying, almost $100 for a coin. Where if I started right now, every year the Panda comes out, it's only a couple of dollars over spot price. So, every year I could be getting a Panda for almost spot price, and I'll just start from 2019 now up, from now on, instead of backtracking and already paying for these coins that have already appreciated in value. That's silly. And in some cases, if you can get good deals, that would work, but most cases it won't. There's other coins as well that are semi-numismatics, but you definitely need to understand that these coins can be a good way to diversify your stack and have the benefits of both categories that I've talked about. That's a perfect way. That's why I do have a lot of coins like this, because I definitely think they have the most potential, whether it is for the safety net of spot price, but also the benefits of appreciating quicker than my Eagles will do. But you also have to make sure the condition is up to par as well. And these coins, with grading, I wouldn't get anything that's not a 70, even though they are semi-numismatic. Only numismatic coins really matter if they're under a 70 with graded, with a graded coin like Morgans, etc., or key dates, older, stuff like that. But just something to think about. What do you guys think about this stuff? What kind of silver do you buy? I try to diversify my portfolio, leave a large margin of bullion. You guys, I made a video the other day talking about my percentages. Like at least 50% of my stack is just Eagles, bullion, stuff like that. Then I'll diversify into a little bit of semi-numismatics. Even a smaller portion or ratio is numismatics and so on. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that thumbs up button. This was Silver Slayer. I will see you guys soon. Peace.